All right, so I found the perfect place for you and your future wife
Okay.
to go on their honeymoon. I've already got it planned out.
Okay.
Tickets are paid for.
Okay.
You and Soph, you're
Mhm.
going to Wakanda.
What's going on, guys? It's G and Nick. Nick's back
Hey.
with me. We haven't done a review together since Thor Ragnarok. Then
been a
you
while.
did the review with Anthony on Star Wars. And now you're back with me to do Black Panther.
Yes, sir.
And we did not coordinate.
No.
Black hats, black
Very
shirts.
dark for this one.
We're both wearing black jeans.
Yeah.
This was not coordinated.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. Black Panther. We saw Black Panther in Civil War. Pretty cool introduction to a character.
Absolutely.
Really badass. His father dies in Civil War. He ends up, he's, now supposed to take over Wakanda. It's not that easy. By the way, this is a spoiler review, so
We're
whatever.
going to have some stuff in here, yeah.
Yeah, so long and short of it, go see it, but we're going to be talking some heavy spoilers. That's why it says it on the title. And he's finding out that being king is not that easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing with him is he's got so many people after the throne. Well, in the beginning, it seemed like nobody was going to challenge him, and then there was that the tribe from the mountains that came in.
Yes,
I forget the
M'Baku.
name of it.
M'Baku. That's the guy that was going against him. But yeah.
So that initial fight scene was actually pretty solid. I liked it. The fight scenes in general for the whole movie I thought were really good.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was just kind of the first look at how this tribe works and how they're going to make this happen. So.
And the ritual too was really cool. But there's more to it. We also see that he's got a love interest in Lupita Nyong'o's character.
Yeah.
We've got that could potentially be his queen, but I guess it's his ex.
Incredibly messy situation.
Oh
sure.
yeah, exactly.
They didn't really dive into the whole why they broke up,
which is great.
Yeah.
It was like it's his ex-girlfriend. They mentioned it early on. There is even more to it. Now he revered his dad.
Yeah.
His dad was everything. He wanted to be exactly like his dad was.
Yeah.
The other thing is Wakanda is hidden from everybody. They don't get involved in anybody's business. Wakanda is worried about Wakanda.
Yeah.
And now we have someone coming in here to shake things up.
Yeah.
In Michael B. Jordan, a.k.a. Eric Killmonger.
Who did an amazing job.
Great job.
His character was kick-ass and badass at the same time. Yeah. The fight scene between the two of them, the first one.
Oh yeah,
where they're just fighting and
rage. You can just see every movement he made was just filled with this just purpose and rage.
Yeah. So when you talked about how it reminded you of Batman, the way he was on this movie reminded me of Batman as well, where Michael B. Jordan's character was like Bane. Black Panther was like Batman.
Okay.
He had to get beaten down. Whatever,
to take
to come
over.
back again and become kind of stronger. For a while there, he disappeared.
Yeah.
He came back. Obviously not in a prison like Batman was.
Well, yeah.
But it was very Batman-esque to me, like this storyline.
I saw hints of Batman. I saw hints of James Bond in this.
I was going to say that too, totally.
I saw hints of Coming to America.
Transformers. It was no Transformers.
No Transformers.
Although those rhinos.
Lion King. Oh, the rhinos, man.
Yeah.
Those were crazy.
Yeah.
The Lion King was in here for sure. There was some beautiful scenery that reminded me of when Simba was talking to his dad. And Erik Killmonger is coming back because, tragedy, his uncle, T'Chaka, Black Panther, T'Challa's dad, killed his brother for betraying Wakanda. And really what this is a story about is, Black Panther coming into his own, but also Erik Killmonger, revenge.
Yeah.
He knows what happened for his father's death by his uncle. And the other thing, too, is with the technology that Wakanda has, because it's the most technologically advanced place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This place doesn't exist, by the way.
But you're going there for your honeymoon.
I'm going there for my honeymoon, so yes. Just like a little box that says Wakanda on it. But there's so much. We're kind of blending the good and the bad, so we're just gonna go straight into it. We're not doing it in chapters. Was there a point where you were on Erik Killmonger's side?
No.
Okay.
And as much as I love the character and whatever, I just there was that. And again, Marvel does a great job of doing that political undertone of
lately they've been really doing it. Yeah.
So just kind of being making him come out to be that warlord and be we were oppressed. Now it's time for us to oppress you. Right.
Right.
So that whole the character shift is on. Like, I know it was supposed to be bad. It was supposed to be, more like evil. But I like. No, at no point was I really cheering for him, but I did feel bad for him in that one scene where he went under. When he was going
king. Through his because he beats T'Challa and where he's presumed dead, right?
Yeah.
And so now he walks in. I'm the guy now. He's opening up Wakanda to the world.
Yeah,
and
for arms,
for arms,
for
just
weapons,
for people. So like, don't take this too crazy because we don't want to go into how important this movie is, or political or anything like that. Yeah. We are a couple of white guys that went and saw a Marvel movie and it was really good.
Yeah.
But they talk a lot about oppression, like they're black people in general and other people that are being oppressed that could have used that stuff. Erik Killmonger fought in Afghanistan. He fought I was on his side at one point, and I understood him fully, which is why he was such a great villain. Yeah.
And I think that one scene at the end was extremely pivotal, where it was Black Panther and him that was at the end there, where he goes, better to be dead than to be in bondage. Right. So now he's alluding to slavery. Right.
And that is such a stamp.
Yeah.
That was the thesis.
Yeah. That's where I said the political undertone that movie had, and that a lot of the Marvel movies have right now. I'm like, that just totally, it was so impactful, I thought, and in a way that, okay, it's entertainment, but it does. And it made you think about it, right? And be like, oh, okay, I'm kind of on his side right now, even though he's the bad dude.
He is. And it's only in practice, really, what he's thinking is ultimately what, it was the biggest struggle that Wakanda's having, what T'Chaka was doing versus what T'Challa, and what Killmonger's dad was doing, and really wanting to open up to everybody. And, as opposed to just, no, we're just going to protect ourselves. We're going to be in our little hidden island that no one knows about, and that's it. Yeah. And obviously it sat well with some people, didn't sit well with others. There was a couple scenes where I got goosebumps, and a lot of it had to do with just Wakanda itself. This place exists, not in real life, but this whole movie is it's Wakanda. It's less of an origin story for any character, and it's more of a story about Wakanda as a country and as a people, above everything else. And I thought that was the coolest thing. There was that scene where he was doing his first battle against the M'Baku, and while they were cheering and they were towering over where that waterfall is, and they can open it up. I was getting goosebumps. It was really cool. Yeah. Andy Serkis was good too as Claw. Yeah. He was funny. He was maniacal.
Yeah. He was pretty evil, but not as evil as Michael B. Jordan's character, but it was a little bit more on the humor side.
Andy Serkis, anytime Andy Serkis is acting and behind CG, when he's doing the motion cap, the guy's just awesome. Yeah. I thought he was maybe a little too maniacal in comparison to what he was in Age of Ultron. Yeah. Age of Ultron, he was less maniacal. He was more businessman, more, F you, you're in my territory. I don't care if you have powers or not. It doesn't matter to me at all, right? I'm doing what I'm doing. But the females, I said it in my roundup. Yeah. I said that this looks like a really good role for Michael B. Jordan, looks like a role for a lot of people, but the females in this, crushed.
They stole the show.
They really show. Did. Yeah. For me, it was Danai Gurira as Okoye. She's the leader of their army. Yeah. And then Letitia Wright as Shuri, his sister. Yeah. She was
an amazing character.
So good, so quick. Her delivery was great. Apparently, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, she's the smartest person out of anybody. The relationships and the chemistry between T'Challa and Shuri were great. They were brother and sister. Yeah. Danai Gurira being Okoye was just a freaking badass. Fierce is a great word. That scene with the wig too, that just she just no BS. Wakanda's in her heart. She knows what's right, and she is willing to fight anybody, even the love of her life. Her love, who's played by Daniel Kaluuya, which at one point I got really pissed off at him. I'm I like this guy. He's from Get Out. Yeah.
He just kind of was there.
He was there. He was just inciting riot and stuff. And because Killmonger actually did what T'Challa was supposed to do, by bringing a dead Claw, because Claw killed, a bunch of people.
Yeah.
He went to Killmonger's side, and then all of a sudden he switched.
Yeah.
So there was that part where I felt he switched a little bit too quickly.
He was a flip-flopper.
That's what I felt like too. That's a great way to put it. It was just kind of
like, okay, I'm going to go with Killmonger. Yeah. And then we're out of Rhino, so I guess I'll go back.
Yeah, exactly. Well, especially when you got Okoye, over there with a spear, because he knows that she will kick his ass. Lupita Nyong'o was incredible. I think we mentioned that earlier. She was really good. Mm-hmm. Females in general. They, like you mentioned,
it was a great balance.
They stole the show.
Yeah.
I was focused on them almost more than anybody else. Any negatives?
No, I want to know why there's so much of an insistence on doing casino scenes in movies lately. I'm kind of like, I'm over it.
It's Star Wars and all this.
The one part near the end there where Black Panther and Killmonger are fighting and they're falling and they're like kind of punching in midair. I thought that was unnecessary.
Okay.
You
would have just rather them just fall completely
and and do your thing and land on the track and have your fight scene there. There was just certain points where it was just kind of like, okay, that was unnecessary. It's a little overkill. But that's my only negative that I could say. I
didn't have a problem with the falling kind of stuff like that. Some of the fight scenes were messy, and by messy I mean maybe it was because it was a 3D. I can't stand 3D.
Yeah.
But because it was in 3D, the camera moved a lot, and you're trying to catch everything, and they didn't shoot this with a 3D camera, so the fight scenes felt a little bit messy and blurry. That was one of my issues. It might be different if I see it. I would see this again, but just regular TV, or when it comes out on TV. Pacing, maybe that from where it went from 100.
Yeah.
To then 40.
Yeah.
And then it stuck at 40 for a bit, and then it kicked into gear again. That would probably be another negative of mine. That would be only other negative was just a little that pace.
Slow down.
But that fight with Killmonger in between, it was so visceral.
Yeah.
That it helped for the previous, half an hour that was a little bit slower. So again, it's a minor thing on my part.
I think there's always a slowdown in action movies like this. I think that they almost need to do that in order to build up the, the ending, right?
You still have a story to tell.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So when people say it's slowed down at certain points, yeah, okay, but it's kind of that's part of the dramatic effect of it, I think,
of course,
right?
Yeah.
So it's not always going to be nonstop go, 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 right? Mm-hmm. There's got to be that point where, so when that climax is coming for the movie. I thought, unlike other movies where they've kind of really taken that slow down and really dragged it out, I think, we were talking about that with Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
With this one, I didn't think it was as bad of a lull per se, and the lull was a little bit more engaging and interesting.
Yeah, and that's where I wouldn't even consider it a lull. Yeah. I would just consider it a slowdown to focus on the story that's there.
Yeah.
And again, it was
more
minor.
Of a school zone slowdown.
Sure, yeah. You go to a 40,
yeah,
you pass, and then you go to 50 again, and then you gradually go up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I fully agree with most of the tweets. Like I said, it's a very minor thing, and I understand where they're coming from. I'm having a tough time finding too many negatives about this. This is a lot of fun.
I thought the storyline was solid. It's a completely different, although most storylines are the same underlying themes, I thought it was just a completely different twist. I love how they incorporated the technological aspect into his suit and the kinetic energy.
Suit is awesome.
Yeah, it was cool how the character. How they gave it its own uniqueness.
Yeah.
Because, I didn't know much about the character. I've never really read up on him or anything like that.
And to be honest, most people don't. They saw him in Civil War. Now, the comic heads obviously know who he is.
Yeah.
I knew of Black Panther, but I never read comics to know everything about Black Panther. So going into this, I knew maybe one step up from you. I guess because they introduced him in Civil War.
Yeah.
They didn't have to make that origin story. It is the game changer that people are talking about. It's that movie that does change the landscape entirely.
Yeah.
I would say the only negative thing, I'm just thinking about it now.
On top of the slowdown?
And the slowdown being very minor.
Yeah.
I would say the only thing is because they released the Infinity War trailer.
Yeah.
I had no worries about any characters.
Yeah.
Even when there was the points where some of them were going to die, I'm like, wait a minute, I saw her in the trailer. I saw her in the trailer.
Yeah, she's okay.
They're going to be fine. Yeah. So I think the only argument is, first, we finally have a good villain.
Yeah.
after a while. We haven't had a good villain in a long time.
Yeah.
Hela in Thor Ragnarok was good. Loki is always our pinnacle.
Yeah.
This one seemed to have, like Civil War, seemed to have a lot of pain behind it. Erik Killmonger carried a lot of pain,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of resentment and revenge. In Civil War, the loss of his family, the only difference in Civil War is that it felt like he needed a certain set of things to happen exactly the way they were supposed to for his plan to work out. I know that was the argument with it there, as opposed to, and then here, he knew what he was doing. He worked up to it. His whole life was built. Just like his father was saying, you spent your whole life training to be the king.
Yeah.
Where Erik Killmonger is, I've spent my whole life training to dethrone the king and take it for myself.
Yeah. Closing, all I'm going to say is it was a great movie. I thought it wrapped up really nice. The ending scene there with the sunset and how they're both kind of sitting there and
mutual respect.
Finally,
yeah.
Yeah, again, I judge a good movie based on if it makes you think. This one, it made you think. You were entertained at the same time. It had what every good movie should have: the good guy, the really bad guy, and the supporting cast, who none of them were minimized. I thought the supporting cast was extremely strong, which that's what makes a good movie.
They almost didn't have Black Panther as up here and everyone down there. They were all on the same level.
Exactly.
That was a good point. I didn't realize that until now.
Yeah.
I echo everything. Yeah, I echo everything you just said. Obviously, the like you mentioned, the political landscape, talking about the racism and all that stuff. Again, we're not touching into that because we're two white guys and it's dangerous territories for us.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of things in here that, yes, there is a message and it does come across really well. And Ryan Coogler, who's a director who directed Creed, also with Michael B. Jordan there, he did, I think, exactly what he wanted to do, is give us a movie that really makes us think and is very timely for today.
Absolutely.
All of that is really important stuff.
Yeah.
And again, finally we have another villain we can add to the Marvel universe that I think everyone's really going to like. So that's our review on Black Panther, where we stopped scoring things a long time ago. Go see this thing. Nick, thanks again for coming, man.
Thank you.
It's been a while.
Awesome.
We got to review more stuff.
Do these
together.
more often.
I end up doing myself because I'm always watching TV by myself.
So lonely. So if you want to subscribe, please tell your friends. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us and just get in on that. So
so hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let us know what you think of Black Panther. Again, this is a spoiler review, so if you're coming here, you already know what you're up against. Again, Entertain Facts on Instagram. You can email us at thefwordpodcast@gmail.com. You can find me at the FWordsG on Twitter. Cops, stop by and say hello. And that's all we have for you. This is a longer one than usual, but
it's all good. There's a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about in this. Hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do. Nick.
Thank you.
I'm G. And we are out.